God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea and crown thy good. Hey y'all, I want to talk about this issue about injustice and here we go again. If you live over there in that area over there in Kentucky area, you see what's happening with the decisions that are made because of an injustice that is happening to my people, your people, our people. And what is it that we can do as a people to cope with this? How do we get through this? And how can we use their tactics and tricks to get the things that we need done in our communities and especially in our homes? When I get through with you, maybe you'll say yay or maybe you'll say nay. Whichever thing you say, I don't care. Uh-oh. Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj Jones Show. I'm here. It is a midday connection. Baby. Hey, always come on in. Water's fine. Water is fine. Oh, that's my Baptist hymn. Avis, good to see you. Shalom to you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Karen, blessing to you. America. Lisa and Dr. Milam is here, and Ramsey and Pitts and the actress Carter and a whole bunch of y'all here. Promises. Okay, Manifested. I like that name. Love that name right there. Promises Manifested. Woo to the wee. That's a great name. Great name. Cynthia, blessed to you. Listen, I want to talk about this thing. I just got a question for y'all. I see what happened with the shooting. They shot through the curtains, pretty much. They just shot through the window. Just shot through there. The brother returned fire because, hey, I would be try to protect my woman too. Cop got hit. His woman dies under all that gunfire. She's a first responder, by the way. And it gets shh. Don't talk about it. Shh. Word leaks, and then the people rouse up and start marching because of George Floyd. And then they said, let's kill two birds with one stone. And then they said, you know what? All right. Let's do something about this. And then when they do something about this, uh-oh. Sounds like the beginning of my show, right? That's why I say uh-oh. Every show was a uh-oh. Hey, Cha B. Good to see you, Hips. Yeah, she said. Bitch, I ain't answering no questions. Yeah, Foster. Okay. Now, the cop probably won't do any jail time because of what they charged him with. It's pretty much a misdemeanor, whatever. All right, so I got a question for y'all. Because y'all get so excited, you get so upset, you're just so tired of what's going on in America and it's the way it treats you. I get it. But my question to you, though, is who know you? Huh? It's not about who you know. It's who know you. That's my question to y'all. Huh? Everybody want to drop names. Oh, I know Nakia. I known her when she was, now that she's something. I remember when. I remember when I taught her this. I remember when I showed her first this. Yeah, I know Dr. James D. Foster. Oh yeah, I remember when he was this and that. And then I remember over here when he did this and said, yeah, I know him. You do? Yeah, I know him. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know Karen Payne. Yeah, me and Michelle Smith go way back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Okay? You sure do know everybody. My question to you, though, It's more important is who know you. When you get in trouble, who gonna come to your rescue? You understand? And so I'm getting ready to spend the next hour trying to prove to you that even in the Bible, Jesus himself is trying to tell you to get to know the world. You're like, wait a minute, Brother Jones. This is against my religion. This is against the teaching of Mother Johnson. Okay? This is just not, this is not feasible. This can't be in the Bible. Okay, that's why you don't have nothing. That's why your neighborhoods fall right before your eyes. This is why. You see, white folks, they get to know everybody in their town. So when they get in trouble, that everybody that they know gets them out of trouble. Yeah. I knew you win. Yeah. Understand? Who know you? A lot of times when I walk now, depending on your craft and what you do, but it's not so much determined by your circle of influence, but you need to broaden your horizon and enlarge your territory. Do you understand? Piss, you drive me crazy. Yeah, you understand? Open up and broaden up your horizon a little bit more. Don't just get caught up in your circle of inspiration, because those people probably poll like you. And birds of a feather flock together. I don't want stock tips from Pookie on the corner. He can't help me with that. He can't help me in how I can't go to him and talk about 401k plans, 529 plans. I can't go to him talking, hey, where's the nearest Merrill Lynch? Merrill Lynch, what is that? Is that who that hoe? That ain't a hoe. All right, where's Edward Jones? Oh, not in this neighborhood. Ed, I saw Ed last week. He was at the penitentiary. No, forget it. Okay, I can't talk to these people about that. All right, and so you've got to get yourself exposed to people outside of your circle. You understand? Huh? Come on, promises manifested. I just like saying your name. Get to know the people outside of your circle so that they, here it is, so that they could get to know you. So that they could get to know you. More so, it's more important that they know you and not so much you know them. Lisa said, are you sure? We should shut up. Okay? Yeah, travel the world and you will get it. Come on, Avis. This is my whole point. The people in upper echelon know each other. Wealthy people know wealthy people. They don't hang around poor people. They don't hang around poor people. Smart people hang around smart people. College professors hang around other college professors. You understand what I'm saying? And so, because you caught up in especially this sphere of religion and church and Pentecostalism, what have you, when you circle yourself with what these people are just as ignorant as maybe you are. Now I'm talking in general terms, so don't nobody get offended unless this shoe gonna fit you. I don't care about people, what they say about me. I don't care if you offended about the truth I'm giving. I'm trying to get yourself out of the muck and mire into the marvelous light. I'm trying to tell you something. My father was a preacher, and that's exactly what he taught all 10 of us. Come on, promise. Listen, my father got a lot of property on the west side. Why? He got to know the people who owned that stuff. We were living in a building. We were all squeezed in. There's 12 of us just squeezed in. And my father went up and down the street, started doing work for the white folks, started getting to know how they did this, how they kept the books, how did they get the mortgages, and how did they, all the little ins and outs of things, okay? He got to know all that stuff. Then he says, I'm going to buy this building from you. You gonna sell this building to me. And then when black folks started moving in the neighborhood, they said, Mr. Jones, listen, that little thing you told me last week about you gonna buy this building, listen, I'm gonna make you an offer that you can't forget, because we got to get up. The niggas are coming. Yeah, and then my father bought one, then he bought two, he bought the third one, then he bought the fourth one, then he bought the fifth one. He just started buying up stuff. Why? So now everybody knows Mr. Jones. They know Lawrence Cleveland Jones, not just among the church folks, not just the preachers and the country bumpkins and the bishops and the apostles. Well, they all know him. But outside of that, civically, the Bible says, and I often repeat in the book of Timothy about he that desires the office of a bishop, a supervisory role, okay, desires a good thing, and then it gives a pecking order, and then it tells you that you as the preacher should be known not just in your church, but you should be known outside where the people who do business. Do you understand? That's right here in the Bible. The people in politics should know who you are. Why is it that in Chicago, one white guy who's a Catholic, whenever some little kid gets shot down in the street, whenever there's some injustice with the police, whenever something going on with politics, one white Catholic man who's a pastor is the one out there on the street, and our black pastors ain't out there. They ain't saying nothing. He's holy, holy, holy. Y'all know who that is in Chicago? Huh? One white Catholic man is the one up and down the streets. White. Right? We may got a couple of the young black kids out there, the preachers out there doing what they do. A couple of them, okay? But it's this one guy that you see everywhere, and he's white. Everybody know him. Do you understand? Who is he? Right here in Chicago. His name starts with Father, so you know he ain't Pentecostal. Yeah, there you go. Y'all got it. Father Pfleger. Father Pfleger. Oh, it's a household name, ain't it? Is your name a household name? Huh? Is your name a household name? This is the problem. This is why when something happens to you, you can't go outside to the world and ask them for help. You can't. When I got in trouble in South Dakota, I got in legal trouble. Y'all understand? But what I was doing, I didn't plan on getting in legal trouble. It just happened because I was an idiot at that time. I made a bad move. But prior to me making that bad move, every day I would go out and canvass the neighborhoods and go to the businesses, the white businesses. There weren't really any black businesses in that town, Rapid City. I would go into the white businesses and show my face. What? It's called merging ministry with marketplace. It could be done without losing your salvation. I would show my face to the white business people. Come on, Sally, I'm going there. And then, I would go to the bank. They knew my name. They knew my children. When I would go to the grocery store, they knew me. When I went to buy a stick of gum, they knew me. When I would go up to the court or the jail, they knew me. They just knew me. And they may not have, sometimes they didn't know my name, but they saw my face. I know you. And then after that, it was always something good. I know you. I don't know. I can't remember, but I know it was something good about you. Understand? So when I got in trouble, two things happened. Number one, they were shocked. No, not him. No. To the point where they were saying he didn't do it. Not him. That's a good man. He didn't do that thing. No, not him. You understand? And this is how it's done. Get to know the people outside of your religious circles. That's how I learned. My dad taught where we are taught the word outside the building is you come on. All right. I got some examples here, and I got some stuff in the Bible I want to express to you as well. One of the funny examples is Bishop Lewis Henry Ford. He was the bishop of the first jurisdiction Church of God in Christ here. Then he became an international presiding bishop. But before he became international bishop, he was well known in the city of Chicago. Had a church right there. He was the one who assisted in the death and the burial, the funeral of Emmett Till. If you look at an old video of Emmett Till, you'll see Bishop Ford and Bishop Roberts there assisting, and you see Mamie Till. You'll see her falling out, and that's Bishop Ford holding her. All right. Well, he was my bishop, and if you wanted to get if you wanted to run for mayor in the city of Chicago, there was only a couple of places that you went to, religious-wise. All right, you went to Clay Evans Church, number one, and you went to Johnny Coleman's church, number two, and you went to St. Paul, Church of God in Christ, as Bishop Lewis Henry Ford. Understand? Every now and then you go over there to Apostle Richard D. Hinton's church. All right. There's just a few places that you went. All right. And this man, all right, James, come back later on. Okay. But this man, I remember a story where he was in his limousine riding down the expressway. Okay. And he was speeding. He got pulled over by the Chicago boys, the boys in blue. And the police asked the driver for the license, blah, blah, blah. And this is before cell phones. And Bishop Ford said, he was in the back seat. He said, hand me the phone. It was the car phone. And okay, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Yes. Mayor Daley, please. Y'all hold. Mr. Daley. Who is it? This is Bishop Lewis Henry. Bishop Ford, how are you? Good. Listen, I'm on the damn Ryan. One of your boys pulled me over. They did? Put him on the phone. Hold on. Mr. Ford rolled down the window. Mayor Daley wanted to talk to you. The cop like, huh? Yeah. Mr. Daley wanted to talk to you. Hello? This is a true story, y'all. Hello? Mayor Daley like, hey, how you doing, young man? I'm fine. How long you been on the force? Well, about a year. I'm still a rookie. Mayor Daley say, you enjoy your job? Yeah, I sure do. How much do you enjoy your job? Well, I really enjoy my job. You got any kids? Yeah, I got 2 kids, man. You got a wife? Yeah, I got a wife. It sure be sad if you. Okay, Mr. Mayor. Okay, hold on. You all can go now. Yeah. He rolled up the window. He went on. All right. That was the power of Bishop Ford. And these other men who were around him, the men who drove Bishop Ford, had that same power because they were paying attention. Matter of fact, there's a song that says the men who drive. Remember that show I did? I talked about the song called The Men Who Drive Me, something like that. It's a beautiful song. The Men Who Drive Me, I think it's called. All right. I pay attention to these men of influence and find out why is it when you walk in the room, everybody know you. Huh? When I walk in these churches, they see me and immediately they want to put me into the pulpit. Now, many of them know me, but here's the thing. I don't just walk into Church of God in Christ and that happened. That happens in Baptist churches as well as Lutheran churches and some Catholic churches. Okay? It happens that way with me. Especially depends on where I am. And in South Dakota, every denomination ushered me to the front because they knew me. Understand? Why? Now, they may not have known my name, but they say, I know that face. I know that face. Then they would hear my name. They was like, yeah, I know that name. But what is it that you do? The fact that they either recognize the face or recognize the name is the first step to you getting in the office, to you getting that appointment, to you getting, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to go through the secretary. You go right directly to the person. When Jesse Jackson and all these folks was over on the west side doing their little parties, what have you, when they would see me, they'd be like, why do I know you. Yeah, I know you know me. Oh, you know me. Now you know more about my father and my uncles, but you know me. And you know me not so much based off of the work of my father or my parents or my pastor. You know me based off of my work either in the community or my work on social media, my work on you saw my YouTube work. Okay, you know my work. All right, you just can't put it together, but here I am. Can we take a picture? Oh, we gonna take a picture. That's why y'all see me taking pictures with these people. A lot of times they just want to take a picture with me because they like, you know what? I know him. I don't remember where I know him, but I know him. Understand? So my question is, who know you? Is where I'm trying to go here. And once you get to know, once these people get to know you, then you will find yourself getting into places that you never thought you could get into. Andrew Young. Oh, you from Atlanta? Yeah, see, y'all know. Back in the day, that was very common. However, that was before the preacher folk became just as corrupt. Well, no, it's still happening today. I'm still seeing it today. When I was bishop, was street known. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I know. You know we lost him, right? Well, maybe you do know that. All right. So yeah. We can be in the world without being. Come on, Mark Terry. Mark Terry, so good to see you. It's another great man of God right there. Wait until he finished teaching to look at this. This shouldn't be. This should be in everyone's life. What is this? The invention. Okay, I'll check that out, James. I think he left, but I'll check that out. Okay. All right. So on campus, so many people know me. I am clueless who they are. I'm trying to tell y'all. I did a Zoom with Belinda Oliver. And how many people showed up on that first show, that first town hall? It was almost 300 people showed up. Yale University. They just showed up. Okay? And Belinda had the mic. And I was like, power, Lord, power, Lord, power, Lord, power. Belinda got power, Lord. Yeah, 300 folk, white folks showed up to hear Belinda speak. Come on, y'all. Come on. Yeah, was it over 300? Understand? And then she says, all right, I'm turning it over to Elder Walter Jones. You got the mic. Then I was like, power, Lord. I got power. All right. And here's the thing about how God could use you to get into those areas is that when they heard that a preacher was coming on, they was like, and Belinda can attest to this, they was like, no, we can't have it because that's separation of church and state and school and all people be fighting all kind of stuff. And it was the atheist. It was the atheist who says, no, let the man speak. Y'all heard what I'm saying? Come on. If that's not the favor of God, I don't know what it is. And then I realized if I'm going to get in that door, don't act a fool. Don't act a fool. Be who you are, but understand when in Rome, do what the Romans do. Yo, come on, when God gives you that kind of open door power, be careful with it. Yeah, because what's that? Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Even before that, I spoke to a lot of women. They stopped me on campus. I'm telling y'all, it works. You see what I'm saying? First time ever we had a prayer during a session, and then they had the nerve to call me back. We had, how many sessions did we do? About 3 or 4, Belinda? With a prayer. Where the atheist says, let the man pray. Do y'all understand? We were taught to get to know the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. To this day, I can walk into any housing project and be protected by. Come on, man. Did y'all hear what Promise Manifesto said? I can walk up and down some of the roughest parts of the neighborhood, and they're like, don't mess with him. Don't mess with his car. All right. don't cuss around him. When I go up there to my barbershop, they turn off the nasty stuff. They turn off the R-rated stuff. They turn off the R-rated music and the TV, and no cussing. As long as I'm in that seat, that's preacher sitting in that seat. Respect him. Who know you? Huh? Who know you? The director wanted you to pray to. Yeah, the director wanted me to pray. And then I said, God, direct my prayer where it doesn't seem like I'm trying to proselytize everybody. Oh, he know what to do. He know what to do for you. I remember, now Effie Roth will come here later on, but I remember, trying to become someone. I wrote a song. I wrote several songs. I wrote over 2,000 songs. But this one song I wanted to get played on the WGCI here in Chicago. It's the Biggie station, FM here in Chicago. All right, it's the station that black folks listen to. Okay. White folks too do, especially the young white folks, because it's R&B, hip hop, rap, blah blah blah. There's Effie, she's right there, okay. And I remember, what year was that? It was the mid '90s, and I wrote a song called "Mama Song," and it was the time when the stations keep changing the DJs. Jackie Hasselwork and what's his name teamed up on the station. What is his name? Effie. He used to be on PBS Channel 11. He would do those telethons, what have you. And then him and Jackie hooked up. They began to do the show together. No, it was not Jackie. It was the other girl. Oh man, I forgot her name. But it was her and this brother. Anyway, I wrote this song, Mama Song. I wanted to play it on Mother's Day. Richard Steele, thank you, Effie. Richard Steele, and the other girl who's a singer. Usually she does Sasha Dalton. Thank you. Thank God Effie saved the day. Sasha Dalton, yes. So I said, I can't get up in there. Everybody's trying to get their stuff played on GCI. Everybody in Chicago, if you ain't R. Kelly, you ain't getting on there. If you ain't Steve Stone, you ain't getting on there. All right, and who else was it? It was at that time, who else was in Chicago who was getting up there? Kanye West was kind of new at that time, all right? His stuff would play. And one more guy in R&B. Steve Stone wrote for this other guy. What is his name? I can't remember his name, right? But I couldn't get on there. Anybody in that world knew me. But I had a plan. So what I did was I woke up early in the morning and called the station. I'm going to talk to Sasha. It went to voicemail. I said, okay. Then I wrote a letter. Wrote the letter, mailed it off to Sasha and Richard Steele. Okay? I don't know if they got it or not. A couple of days later, I'll call. But I called early in the morning when they got there. I says, I want to know that you get the letter. Yeah, we got the letter. I put the CD in there too. We got the letter. We got the CD. We don't know. We have a little thing that we do. We try to inspire the local, city people to do what they do. But it's just we just get crowded with doing. I said, okay, no problem. I hung up the phone. I called back. Can I talk to Sasha? Yeah, she's in the bathroom. I'll hold. Back on the phone. Hey, Sasha. Hey, this is Walter Jones. Hey, Walter Jones. Why I know that name? I called you yesterday. Oh. Hey, I just wanted to know what is it I need to do? Oh, yeah. Listen. I don't know. Maybe you can. She said something else. I said, okay, bye. 2 days later, I called back. Let me talk to Sasha. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is the way I was, all right? I'm still that way, but I don't have to work as hard. Who is it? Walter Jones. Oh, Lord. Him again. Okay. Hello, Mr. Jones. Didn't I tell you? Yeah, I know what you told me. But I need you to play this on Mother's Day because Mother's Day is a couple days from now. Okay. We working on it. Okay, all right. Hung up the phone. So here's what I did. The next day, I put on a suit. And woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I lived in the south side at that time. And I got in the car, drove downtown Michigan Avenue. During that time, you could actually park on Michigan. You can't park on Michigan today, but in the middle 90s, you could. You could. Surprised she didn't tell you to go to the program director, the music director. Yeah, that's it. She did. She told me to go to those two people. I told her, no problem. I'll do that. I says, and I did. I can't remember who the music director at the time. I did contact them, but I didn't care about them. I wanted to talk to the DJ. Understand? It's either going to be her or him. Understand? So I got there at 5 o'clock. I found out when she'll be there. I talked to somebody on the phone, the secretary. I said, what time when she gets there? They get there. They told me 5 o'clock. I says, okay. I drove up and I got there about 4. Yeah, Sandra Robinson. Yes. I got there about 4:40 or something like that. Now, here's the thing. I put a suit on, y'all. And I watched very carefully. Okay. There was a security guard at the desk. And there was a line there. So the person would go to the security guard and he said, may I help you? Yeah, I need to go to the 5th floor. All right. What is it for? I've got this package, blah, blah, blah. He signed the thing. They signed the book. Next guy. Yeah, I'm here do you have an appointment? No. Well, I have to call up and find out. Okay. Hello, yeah, Mr. Johnson, whoever his name was, wants to come upstairs. No, sorry, Mr. Johnson, you got to make an appointment. The next guy, who you here for? Okay, I'm watching all this and I'm saying, I can't get up there without an appointment, but God told me to put a suit on. When I got to the gate, to the guy's desk, he says, where you going? I says, floor, I forgot whatever the floor was, room 504. He says, the elevator is right there. I'm like, okay. I went right to the elevator with I had my CD I had about 4 CDs. Okay. And went on up, went to the door. Okay. There was a glass door. Then there was another door. Effie, you've been there. Okay. And then I says, I have a package for Sasha. He said, okay, man, you look nice. How you doing this morning? I don't remember. Who was it? Who are you? You sure do look nice. I said, yeah, this is what I do. You guys are supposed to put this in your rotation or something. Y'all supposed to play this. He said, we do? Yeah, you're supposed to play this. Sasha told me. Yeah. He said, okay, all right. And then he went on in there and then I left. I didn't care who I saw. I left. Got back in the car. Went home. When I got to the house, she had already played the song. She already played it. So I didn't know it. I didn't know. I called. I said, yeah, I dropped the CD off at the, she says, but we played your song. I said, hello? Excuse me? She said, oh, yeah, we played your song at the 7 o'clock hour. I said, what? Ain't nobody? I said, yeah. She says, did not you call 7 times and tell me to play your song? Yeah. We played your song, man. And you missed it. I said, yeah. And then my phone started ringing off the hook. Walt, somebody mentioned your name on WGCI about some mama song. I was listening. I was like, this can't be the guy I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I said, this is how it's done. Now, the reason why I did that is because I remember looking in the Bible and reading a parable. Y'all know where I'm going. That parable is out of Luke 18. Luke 18. And I remember reading that parable about this persistent woman. One day Jesus told his disciples a story to show that they should always pray and never give up. There was a judge in a certain city. He said, who neither feared God nor cared about people. These are worldly people, y'all. A widow of that city came to him repeatedly saying, give me justice in this dispute with mine enemy. The judge ignored her for a while. But finally he said to himself, I don't fear God or care about people, but this woman is driving me crazy. What the Bible say? He said, I'm going to see that she gets justice because she is wearing me out with her constant requests. I was wearing Sasha out. Wearing her out. Why you keep calling, man? You done called 7 times. You gonna play my CD. I live in Chicago and you owe it to me because I am a persistent listener. I listen to this station and I only listen to it when you on the air. You owe it to me. If R. Kelly could get his music played and he lives here and he come, R. Kelly would come to my house. My brother Larry would teach my we call him Robert at the time. R. Kelly would come to my house back in the it was the early 80s. Even when I was playing the keyboard up and down the high school, up and down the hallways, we were crooning with the women, all right, and him and Earl and the other guys. I had my Casio keyboard and they would croon, all right. Projects were on Albany Avenue in Sacramento. A little bald head boy, okay. It was just Robert. And then my dad said, stop hanging out with those boys. So I stopped going to the projects and playing the piano. And one day I turned on Friday Night Videos. Y'all remember Friday Night Videos? And there was a group called Public Announcement. I said, that's Earl. That's Robert. And I don't know who this dude is. And I know this guy. What the? And I said, if he can get his stuff played, why can't I? Then the Bible says, then the Lord said, learn a lesson from this unjust judge. Even he rendered a just decision in the end. So don't you think God will surely give justice to his chosen people who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will grant justice to them quickly, but when the Son of Man returns, how many will he find on the earth who have faith? Now, here's the thing. Notice this. This woman didn't just pray for justice. A lot of y'all in your church is praying for justice, asking God to do this on behalf of me, my son, my wife, my daughter, my husband, my church. Pray. But faith without what? It's dead. This woman kept calling the judge. Judge, I need this injustice taken care of for me. And this judge says, I could care less about this woman's God. Whoever this God is, who cares? I'm more afraid of this woman than I am this God, because every time I come to work, this woman is driving me crazy. Ooh, to the wee. I'm trying. That's the judge right now calling me. Y'all better get to know these people. Get to know them. Here's another one. Luke 16. The parable of the shrewd manager. I've done this too when I got in trouble. And the people were helping me and paying for the fees and bringing food to the house and giving me monies and putting money on, well, there was no CashApp at the time, all right? They were taking care of me because they knew me. Jesus told this story to his disciples. There was a certain rich man who had a manager handling his affairs. And one day a report came that the manager was wasting his employer's money. Y'all know how y'all doing your job. So the employer called him in and said, what's this I hear about you? You're always on Facebook at the job. You're always on Twitter. You're always on Instagram. You know, you're taking 3 hours lunch. He said, get your report in order because you are going to be fired. So the manager thought to himself, now what? I can't feed my kids. It's in the middle of a pandemic. What am I going to do? My boss has fired me. I don't have the strength to dig ditches, and I'm too proud to beg. I'm too proud to beg, okay? Or, he says, I know how to ensure that I'll have plenty of friends who will give me a home when I'm fired. I got some friends, y'all. So he invited each person who owed money to his employer to come and discuss the situation. So he asked the first guy, how much do you owe my boss? The man replied, I owe him 800 gallons of olive oil. So the manager told him, take the bill and quickly change it on the sheet, on the bill. Change it to 400 gallons. And how much do you owe my employer? And he asked the next man, I owe him 1,000 bushels of wheat, was the reply. Here, the manager said, take the bill and change it to 800 bushels. Really? Yeah, you do that for me? I sure will. Go ahead. The rich man had to admire the dishonest rascal for being so shrewd. And it is true that the children of this world are more shrewd in dealing. Now, this is the message in this parable, how Jesus slipped in the interpretation right in the middle of the story. And then he continues. All right. He says, and it is true that the children of this world are more shrewd in dealing with the world around them than are the children of light. You who are saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, that with a mighty burning fire, pray that I be the one that the Lord called in these last and evil days, and sit your butt down and go home and do nothing. You don't even know who your alderman is. You, Mr. Saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled person, you don't know nobody and nobody know you. Jesus said the world is more shrewd and wise than you are. You lazy. And you crying, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. That's the only time the world sees you. No justice, no, shut up. Here's the lesson, he says. Use your worldly resources to benefit others and make friends. The King James used the word mammon. Mammon. When your possessions are gone, they will welcome you to an eternal home. When you lose everything, you done lost your job. All right. It's the people in the community who says, no, we got to help her. We got to help him. I just saw on the news. I watched CBS nightly news with what's his name? Our black brother. Okay, on NBC. They did a report. They always do the inspirational report at the end. They give you this beautiful inspirational piece at the end of all that bad news. This farmer and his wife, it was time for them to pull in all of their crop. They had a lot of acres of land, and it was time for them to go out there and pull in all of the crops so that they could be fed for the rest of for the summertime, for the wintertime. But the father had a heart attack, and that's the hope. Thank you. And the mother got sick, so they couldn't work the land. The word got out in the town that this farmer could not crop. He could not pull up his crop for the season. And guess what the community did? It's a farm town. So all the other farmers got their John Deeres and that other company, okay? And they started bringing their tractors into this man's land, and they all lined up on his field. And they began to pull up all of that wheat, all of that corn, or whatever his crop was. And it took them 7 hours to do it. They worked all day. And they pulled up this man's crop and put it in his barn. Why? Because they know him to be a good man. That's the way the world should be treating you when you're down and out. The Bible says if you are faithful in the little things, you will be faithful in large ones. But if you are dishonest in little things, then you won't be honest with greater responsibilities. And if you are untrustworthy about worldly wealth, who will trust you with the truest of riches in heaven? And if you are not faithful with other people's things, why should you be trusted with the things of your own? If you lend me something, if I borrow something from you, I'm going to treat it better than my own. You understand? No one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and be an enslaved to money. Do you understand? But that's the way some of y'all think. You can't love the world and love God at the same time. You can't. You can't. The Pharisees, who dearly loved their money, heard all this and scoffed. All right, it goes on and on. I mean, y'all, listen, this is life lessons. How do you take care of this injustice? How do you deal with it? Well, I'm trying to help you here. It took me a long time to understand this parable. Chubby. Yeah, I like y'all's names. Well, yeah, boy, I'll tell you. Where are we? Who should I read? Okay, let me continue. All right, now, I'm gonna show y'all some things here. I want to find out from you how this works. Okay, by some of the examples I'm gonna use here. Just a couple more minutes. I noticed something even with my mechanic. Remember, y'all was telling y'all my air conditioning went out in my car. It was when I bought it, it never had air conditioning in it. It was busted, and I didn't know it. So a couple of years, I was riding around with no air in the car. I suffered, but they were talking $2,000. I was like, I ain't paying it. So I waited this year. I said, you know what? I might as well go ahead and pay it. They talking about it's going to be the hottest summer that we've had. I got to get this done. And as I went to go looking at prices and all this stuff, God says, pick up the phone and call your childhood friend who owns a junkyard. Call him. Oh, yeah. And I called him. Who is this? I said, this is Walter. Walter? Yeah, Walter from the west side. Remember Walter Jones? Oh, Walt, what's up, man? How's Rodney? How's Larry? He went down the road. I said, man, you still got that shop? He said, yeah, I still got that. My father died, and he willed it to me, and I'm still working. And I was like, oh, wow. Man, y'all been working on that thing for 35, 40 years. He said, yeah. I said, man, I got an air conditioning problem. I need help. He says, okay, bring it to me. Bring it to me. I said, yes, sir. He said, here's what you need to do. Go buy the part, and we'll talk about putting it on there. And I went down there, and I went and bought the part. I gave it to him, and I sat there, and he sure was a junkyard man, because he just sat in the seat, and he had 2 junkyard dogs, and he eating his lunch and talking about the old days. I'm like, man, it's about 100 degrees outside, so I'm standing out there talking to him. The bugs were biting me. All right, I got all kind of bites. And he just talking. He just shooting the breeze with me. I'm like, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, how can I tell this man I really want to go? I mean, why is this taking a few hours? Why is this taking so long? So he'd go and look at the part, and then he measure it, and he said, okay, man, this gonna be, oof, wow. Then I was there for at least 5 hours. You understand? For at least 5, it felt like 6, okay? But I noticed something. Every few minutes, somebody would drive up. Hey, Willie! No, his name was Tony. Hey, Tony! Hey, man, how you doing? Tony, hey, listen. My neighbor got something wrong with her car, blah, 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 blah. Let me borrow your jack. He said, oh, okay, no problem. He go in the back. Expensive jack. He give it to him. I get it back to you in a minute. Okay, they gone. Somebody else drove up. Hey, Tony. Hey, man, how you doing? Hey, listen, I got an electrical problem on my wife's car. Blah, blah. Can I borrow your? And he had one of them things in the box where you pull out and you, okay, yeah. And he wanted it and he give it to him and I bring it back. That thing went on for hours. Hey, Tony. Okay. I was like, what is this? What kind of barbershop is this? Okay. And then he finally got my thing on. And then I'm thinking, okay, I don't know how much this is going to cost me, but if he charges about an hour, I'm in trouble. Okay. And then I said, now I brought several $100s with me because I didn't know what he was going to charge me. And when he got through, I said, Tony, how long we known each other? He said, give me $150, man. Give me $100. I said, what? You know, I was expecting to pay at least $1,500. He said, give me $150, man. I said, wait, hold on. Let me go in the car and make sure this thing's working. that air went, it was so cold, I had to turn it off because I was catching frostbite. Yeah. He said, give me $150, man. So you know I gave him a big tip, right? I gave him $151. Anyway, I gave him a nice tip. And then I got in the car, and as I was driving away, it dawned on me, the Lord was showing me something about that man and his heart and all of the people who was driving by there to borrow stuff. Others was coming there with bad brakes, and they would grab his tools and they would fix them themselves and just drive off. Or they would drive by and they pop the hood and say, hey, something going on here. What's this noise I'm hearing? He'd say, let me look at it. Oh, that's, oh yeah, I know what that is. And just go over there and get that part right there and you're good, okay? And the neighborhood would come by there because if anybody can fix it, Tony can. Tony, and these people were coming by there to get to know Tony so they can get the things that they needed. Now, some of y'all saying this is not right, this is not fair, that they're taking advantage of Tony. Tony was doing great. The Lord was blessing Tony because when I thought Tony worked there by himself, but as I was there, I kept seeing these Puerto Ricans in pickup trucks coming in and leaving out. Several of them coming in and then in their junkyard and going back out. I'm saying, who are these guys? He says, oh, those are my workers. I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, they work for me. Y'all, do y'all understand what I'm saying here? I said, look at this. This is amazing. The Lord let me see all of this. This is how Black Wall Street was. This is how the Asian community is. This is how the Jewish community is. Do y'all understand? They don't really worry about things that's going on in politics and in the White House and in the Supreme Court and all that stuff. No, within themselves, y'all got these things called the susus and these looms and these flowers and all this stuff. Okay, they come from the Bahamas and Jamaica, what have you. It worked great with them. Over here, it's an uptick in it because y'all jumping in it and you don't realize that the way it come from and the way it was working, it was fine. But you get these regular people in here, somebody losing their shirt. The people who get in the beginning, they do all right, but the other people who come later on, they losing their shirt. Okay? But that's the way the communities worked together. Everybody had everything that they needed. Tony wasn't starving. He wasn't hungry. He didn't feel like he was being taken advantage of. He was taking care of the community. And guess what? If there's ever an issue where Tony there may be some taxes he owe or something happens where he lose this, lose that, guess what's going to happen with all those people who kept coming by there? They're going to rescue Tony. I know they will. It's a Wonderful Life. George Bailey got in trouble. But George Bailey was helping those people, poor people, get homes. Understand? So when they did a run on the bank, George Bailey says, you can't take your money out of here. Because if you take your money out of here, this is the money that's in here helped Johnson get his house. And the money that Johnson got in here helped Bill and Mary get their house. Mr. Potter over there offering y'all 50 cents on the dollar. You're going to go ahead and take that, fine. But guess what's going to happen in the long run? You're going to lose everything. It's the George Bailey story, y'all. This is how it works. White folks been doing this forever. That's how, if their kid get in trouble, guess what they do? Mr. Charlie called down there to the police precinct because he know the Captain Johnson. Captain Johnson, how you doing, man? It was a great potluck y'all had last week. Me and the wife surely enjoyed it. Listen, Junior's down there. He is? Yeah. Get him out of there. Y'all understand? You can't do that. Do you know Captain Precinct Johnson? No, you don't. You don't know him. That's my problem with y'all. No justice, no peace. They're like, nigga, sit down. I don't know you. It starts with your block club leader. Do you know who your block club leader is? Huh? Do you? Do you even have a block club leader? You don't? Why don't you become the block club leader? Huh? Why don't you become that if you don't have one? Number 2, who's your alderman? You know who your alderman is? Do your alderman know who you are? Huh? When I go to my cleaners in Pullman, I bump into the alderman. I say, what's up, Bill? What's up, Jones? Everything's good? Everything's good. Do you know your alderman? Okay. Do he know you? And if he don't know your name, do he know your face? What's your ward? Where's the office of your ward? Go online. Find out what the office address is. Go in there once a week and show your face. Hey, Betty. Hey, my name is Michelle. Oh, hey, Michelle, how you doing? Oh, I just stopped by, say hello. Okay. 7 days later, go. Hey, Betty. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? You doing all right? Good. Go back in there. 5 days later. Hey, Betty. Guess what Betty gonna say? Hey, Michelle. You understand what I'm saying? Next time you go in there, don't you say, I'm Michelle. Tell them about your family. That's how I survived in South Dakota. Tell them about your family. The Carter boys are back at home. The Carter boys. Yeah, let me show you a picture. Next time you come, you know Betty gonna say, hey, Michelle, how's the... Y'all already know. You see what I'm saying? Uh-huh. And then find out when the alderman's going to be in the office. Because you want him to see you go in there. And if you know he's going to be there at 3 o'clock every day, every few days, go up in there and make sure he see your face. Walk by the office window. Hey, Bill. Hey, who this lady keep coming in here? Oh, that's Michelle. She got some cute boys called the Carter boys. Guess what happens? If something should happen to you in your house, or something with the taxes, or somebody's breaking in, or the mayor is doing something, or something's going on. Hey, Betty. Yeah, who's this? This is Michelle, Carter boys. Hey, girl, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Hey, is Bill in the office? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Do you know your precinct captain of the police department? In Chicago, they have what's called areas. Area 1, Area 2. All right? They have New York, you know, they call them precincts and things like that. Okay? But we have 22 of them in the city. I think they bumped it up to, well, it used to be 25 and it's now 22. All right? You in Area 1, you in Area 2, you in Area 3, or I'm in Area 2 up the street, Pullman. You walking in and find out who the captain. Don't just go to the precinct just because somebody in trouble, you in trouble, or your kid in trouble. Show up. Bring them coffee and donuts. All right? Bring them something. Bring them lunch and show your face. Chicago is notorious. We're the second. If you ever Google Chicago Police Department, Just Google it. You're gonna be surprised. Who's the commissioner in your city? Huh? Who is it? The commissioner over the water system. Huh? Who's the commissioner of the buildings? Who's the commissioner? Find out who they are, depending on what you need them to be. Show yourself. You don't know the mayor? That's fine. You may live in a big city, but do you know anybody in the mayor's office? As a matter of fact, I tell people all the time, get to know the movers and shakers before they run for mayor. When I had the Sirwalterj show over there at Urban Broadcast Media, they would call me and ask to be on my show. They were running for the mayor position. Every 4 years, they call, say, we need Mr. Johnson, Mr. This, Mrs. Whoever is running for mayor's office, mayor, and as a candidate. And then I get these judges who call, we want to be on your show. Yes, come on the show. I get to know them. When Lightfoot was running, Lightfoot was always up at UBM, Urban Broadcast Media. I knew her. She knew me. Hey, Lori. Okay. Now she's in the hot seat. Understand? Get to know them before they run, because they're going to run. What about the governor's office? You don't have to go all the way down into Springfield to find out, because the governor's office is statewide. That means there's some people in whatever state you're in that's connected to the governor's office. Get to know who they are. What about your state representatives and your state senators? Huh? What about them? There's the local and those who work down in the Capitol building. Get to know them. But make sure they get to know who you are. This is how you overcome racial injustice. Play the game. Play the game. These are the games that people play. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. Let me read your last few comments here. I don't know if the clock keeper was in here or not. Oh, y'all said a lot. I had a few officers. I would chat with the sheriff's department when I was a janitor. Me and the captain would always talk before he. That's it. That's it. My father was known like that. He made his business to be known. That's it. You got to have a good name. We had a block watch, and I knew everyone in the entire block had phone numbers. See, Sally, I love that. I love it. Joyce, so good to see you. You just got a calming face, Joyce. Your face is just calm. She's just like, hey. You just got a calming face. Yes, thank you, P. Sharia. I volunteer once a month at the local jail. See, that's it. It's those little things that you do. Who's the commander of your district? Yes, thank you, Pitts. Pitts is the keeper of the words. She's the keeper of the words. And Michelle Carter is the court reporter. Y'all like, what's the difference? Oh, there is a difference. I know my sheriff, and on first name basis, because I'm a therapist, and his son got in trouble, and I did a forensic evaluation for him, and instead of being to prison, see, Promise, I'm so glad you're here. Promise is manifested. So glad you're here. You better. All right, Pitts got it right here. Who's your block? She meant block club, but who's your alderman? Yes. What's your ward? Where's the office located? All right. And I'm hoping this helps some of you who are interested, because some of you don't really care. My command is this: love each other as I've loved you. Greater love has no. Yes. Come on, John 15. Ooh. Deatrice Carter is my fact checker. It used to be my other sister, but she ain't been over here in a while, so Deatrice got that job. She got that job. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna read a couple more and get out of here. That's how it was with the senators, Vincent Hughes and Dwight Evans. We knew them when they laymen in the housing school district drill teams. See? Yep. Now they up there, right? Now they up there. My father spoke to everyone from the mailman to the bus driver. Everyone called him Joe. That's it. Yep. Come on. Elizabeth is late. Lord, oh Lord, Elizabeth, Liz. Oh, what am I gonna do with you? Go sit in the corner until I figure out what I'm gonna do. All right, y'all. It's almost 5 o'clock. Lester Holt will be on another half hour, and today is Theology Thursday. Hey, what am I talking about today, by the way? Huh? What y'all want me to talk about today? I know y'all think this is the show, but this is not really theology. What I'm talking about right now, although it is, because I did bring the Bible, didn't I? All right. What y'all want to talk about tonight at 8 o'clock? Let me see, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means I'd have to come on in 3 more hours. Do y'all want to talk about anything at 8 o'clock? Huh? Give me a subject that I can tackle. If not, I won't come on. It's up to y'all. Trust me, y'all ain't nobody getting paid, but our treasurer later. Right. I'm late. Calling. Okay, all right. God is watching. That's all right. With a name like God is watching, I'll allow it. Casting out demons. Who was Jesus talking to? Oh. Yeah, that's a hot one there, Hips. We kind of dealt with that did we? The Sons of Thunder did. I know we did. With the casting out devils and demons, and Jesus made the comment about this one comes out by fasting and praying. Yeah, we've tackled that a few times throughout the years. So I don't know. Anything else? The doctrine of Pastor Geno Jennings. Now I'll get too upset. That man teaches heresy because he goes back and forth. He lives in the Old Testament, and then he thinks he is anyway, and he uses fear and anger, and he's a Pharisaical teachings, and you got to be careful of that. See, I did that show just that fast. How to win today's the youth to Christ, unless there is a video I missed. The youth to Christ. I did that show with my son, and was it my daughter? But that was a few years ago. So yeah, there is a video that you didn't miss. A discerning of goods versus evil spirits. Human spirit versus evil spirits. That's a good one. Fasting. That's a good one. Self-care according to the Bible. Self-care? What do you mean? Most interpreted scriptures used today. Misinterpreted? Oh, the Sons of Thunders do that every Sunday. That would take 3 hours. Yeah, that would take 3 hours. Yes, I know children who are atheists. Yeah. Stress and anxiety during times of unrest. Okay, when Theology Thursday is going into the scriptures and trying to unpack. So the subject matters need to be something that I can pull out of the scriptures. Talk about the guy that had the dream. Who? Oh, you talking about Joseph? How women train a boy to be a man. Okay. These are actually pretty good though. How to using scriptures in context. Pray. Okay. Michelle said no. Y'all got some great ones. This is like a song list. The balance of ministry and family. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Promise manifested. I don't know. That's a hot one. The heart and the flesh. The heart and the flesh. That's a good one too. I got some ammunition here. I got to see which one I'm going to pick now. How to receive the Holy Ghost. That's a good one. That's a great one right there. Oh my God. I don't know now. Well, we just want to come back and right. The pastor on YouTube. Oh, the pastor on YouTube, the one with the dreams. Oh, nah, I can't. I can't, Maurice. Pastor Maurice Gregory, another great man of God, comes on early in the morning, y'all. That's what I meant about self-care. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a good one, though, Manifested. That's good. The balance of ministry and family. Yeah, Belinda, that might be a winner. Our deliverance ministry is biblical. Oh, that's a good one, too. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back after the show and write down all of the ones that y'all are mentioning. And then I got enough material for the next 2 months. These are good. How to teach couples to balance church and sex in the bedroom. That's a good one. I like that. How did Elijah deal with stress? Exact. That's a good one. Oh my God. Oh, these are good. Joyce, someone mentioned fasting already. I think it was Lisa. All right. Those are really good. Yeah. I want to tackle a subject about marriage and remarriage and divorce. I did that. I think I did it in a walk in the park, my romance in the park. Because I talked about women pastors. All right. Got in trouble for that show. I don't care. Heart and flesh sounds good. Yeah, that's a good one. You've got some options. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Pitts, you gotta come back at 8 o'clock. You got some work to do. All right. For sure, you have to come back now. Yeah, I definitely got to come back now. Yeah. Pastors, ministries that put church over their families all the time. Yes. So I guess that looked like I'll be leaning towards that subject for tonight. How to discern the prophecy from a prophet. Yeah. Touched that one before. Fornication and adultery being overlooked and even justified and counted. Yeah. Okay. I better stop this because I'm sure I'm many minutes over. Yeah. Is oral a sin? Does it edify the bedroom? Sorry, I get. You talking about oral sex? Now you know I ain't afraid to talk about that. You know that, right? I did a whole show on sex. Of course, my romance in the parks are riddles with that, but I did a show on how to have on how to please your mate in my office right here, and my mother was watching. My mother was watching it, and I knew she was watching because she commented. She says, "Oh Lord," and I was like, "Oh my God, my mama watches." I talked about anal sex, oral sex. Man, I had to continue. I was in the middle of it. Yeah, I've got to talk about that one because that divorce and remarriage. Some of y'all, I'm not married anymore, but some of y'all are on your second marriages and third marriages, and some of you feel that you're living in sin. It's a hot topic now. I believe that in 2020, God is exposing a lot of the truth of the word, and we need to discuss this. Dangers of prosperity gospel coupled with what you talked about earlier, being shrewd and using your gift. Yeah, name and claim it. Yes, that's definitely a great subject matter. I dribble on that prosperity message all throughout my shows, but I do need to dedicate one show to that. Yeah. All right. So we've got to talk about do it again. Do what again? Where is it? Yeah. Whatever it is, whatever shows I've done is on YouTube and Facebook. And just use the title and then put my name after it and you'll find it. There's 3 places where all my shows are. Every show I've ever done over the past 10 years are online somewhere. All right. Number 1, it's on Facebook. Number 2, they're on YouTube. And number 3, they're on my Spreaker account. Let's go there. Spreaker.com. And that is where all of my urban broadcast media shows are. About the new features that we recently added. Okay. Let me show you. Hold on. Show you and then we all can go where all my shows are. Dashboard. Where is it? Okay, let me show you my screen here. Okay, here are all of my shows here. The Sirwalterj show. Okay, how do I get back in there? Okay, here they are. So if you type in Spreaker.com, you'll see them here. The Sirwalterj show, and whether it's the gospel music industry or whether it's these shows here, I have 300 shows here. All right, and if you, every show that you can, every topic that you can think of is on here. They're 2 hours long. All right, so get ready. Just hit the more button here, and you'll see every subject known to man. These are the shows I started doing in 2014. They're pretty much podcasts. 2014, 15, 2016, 2017. All right, I was on there for a few years, and every subject you can think about, I did it with my co-host Alvin Carter, and I had different guests to come in. So, yeah, it's a wealth. It's a wealth of shows. All right, so whatever y'all are asking me to do, I probably already did it, but I need to update them. I may have to reschedule my session to join. Yeah, you might want to reschedule it because, all right, so what am I talking about tonight, y'all? Balance? Is that what I'm talking about tonight? Let me know. Am I talking about balance with church and home? Prosperity messages have taken a lot of our churches down, and some even hate the mention of it. Yes, it's true. All right, Sharia says balance. Okay. All right. Let's do that. Thank y'all for indulging. Okay. I appreciate it. 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. So that's less than 3 hours from now. I'll be sitting right here, same shirt, right here, and we'll talk about that. And I'll write up some notes if I can, and we'll talk about proper balance and go from there. Okay. I use some of my experiences, and some of y'all can definitely come back and type some stuff on the screen, and I'll be here ready to hear what you got to say about it, because the church have definitely destroyed many homes. All right. I love y'all. Hey, you learned anything on YouTube? Take your what we talk about today? I don't even remember. Take your justice thumb. Forgot the subject. Smash the like button and turn it fuchsia orange. That's a great color. It tastes good too. If you're on Facebook, go ahead. There's about 7 of y'all left. Go ahead and share it. And I know some of y'all like, okay, where are you getting them numbers from? Well, I have a number on the top of the screen here that tells me generally everywhere. So right now, if you're on Facebook, it's only a couple of people on Facebook right now. That's the Facebook number that you see, but you don't see all these other people who are watching, okay, that I'm watching. So I'm in 3 areas right now. I'm on my Facebook profile page, they're watching. I'm on my Facebook business page, they're watching. I'm on YouTube, and they're watching. And I can actually tell Twitter to come in as well, Instagram to come in, and these other channels to come in as well. I'll open that up to them too. So when I say it's 100 people watching, blah, 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 it's because all over it's 100. All right. When I get through with this, it'll be 500, maybe 1,000 when I get through. Okay. I love y'all. Peace.
Goodbye. 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 Enjoy yourself. Goodbye. 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 Bye. Well, goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
Girl A. Sex is her superpower. This woman got skills, but adds no value to him. Girl B. Her brains and beauty is her birthright. She's his eye candy and his arm piece. Girl C. She's his mama, his teacher, his better half, his soulmate, and the apple of his eye. Girl D. She's dangerously desperate. She's his thin line between love and hate, and his fatal attraction. All that and more in the 7-volume book series, The Men's Chronicles, A Woman's Guide to Men by Sir Walter Jones. Volume 1 is entitled The 4 Women That Men Desire. Go to Amazon.com today for your copy.